As most of you know, the Celtics did end up beating the Bucks on a game winner by Jason Tatum last night, 122 to 121. A great game by both teams. Giannis ended up with 35, 2, and 13. A great stat line, but there was a bunch of things that stood out. What is good, YouTube? It's your boy Bullet back again, man, with another video for y'all today. Today, I will be talking about the Bucks and the Giannis situation. Now, we're going to go ahead and start off with, obviously, most of y'all know that Giannis did miss free throws that could have potentially tied or won the game. And, I mean, it's an NBA player. You do expect him to hit these, but, hey, worse things have happened in the past. And we've seen stars just as big as Giannis miss the same shot. So I'm not going to get on him about that. And this is not really what that video is about. The biggest problem with all of this to me is that Giannis puts up 35 and 13 and they still end up losing the game. Now, I know it was a very close score, but with all of this stat line that he put up, you see Chris Middleton with 27 and 14, and you see Jrue Holiday with 25, Dante DiVincenzo with 15. Like, what? That's probably one of the better games the Bucks will play all season, and they still did not come up with the win. That's kind of scary to think about. But hats off to the Celtics. They played super good, and Jason Tatum came up clutch with that last bucket, even though from what I understand he struggled early in the game. But great players shine when they need to, and he definitely did that, which is great improvement for him. But getting back to the Bucks, we've seen this happen way too many times throughout the regular season and the playoffs of last year and years before. Giannis can put up insane stats and they still lose, even though some of his teammates don't necessarily play bad. Like, I never understand how the Bucks can just have Giannis play ridiculously well and still manage to lose a game. And I don't want to overreact. This is the first game of the season. But with a lineup like this, the Bucks should definitely be closing out games like this and coming out with W's. Hopefully it doesn't continue, but if Giannis were to keep this play style up and keep his level of play up like this and they would still end up losing, I would be curious to see how the rest of his teammates like Jrue Holiday and Chris Middleton would end up responding to this, and would they step up, would their stats increase, whatever. Now, like I said, I'm not going to talk about the free throws he missed too much itself, because that's happened with plenty of other star players. But the problem with Giannis is we've seen issues with the Bucks in the past arose off of Giannis not being a consistent shooter and him struggling with his jump shot. And that allows people to set doubles on him in the paint, and they've been able to help off other people in the past who haven't been hitting shots. Now, I do definitely think that the Bucks have improved, and you're not going to be able to help off people like Jrue Holiday and Chris Middleton as much. And some of the other key role players on this team are definitely improved, which is good to see. As the season goes by, I expect Giannis to definitely be in the MVP race. He will definitely put up the stats, but it's really going to depend on what he can do in the playoffs, because that's when the game slows down. He's not as effective in transition. We look at a lot more half-court offense, and we're going to have to see how much Giannis can improve on his shooting and half-court offense throughout the season. Because honestly, those are the only things that have stopped the Bucks and Giannis from really going deeper into the playoffs, and it's really been based off of him not being able to produce the same numbers and the same type of scoring that he had been previously doing. I'm also interested to see how people like Chris Middleton and Jrue Holiday will perform in the playoffs, because obviously we've seen Chris have his struggles last year, and when Giannis did go out and was injured during that Heat series, Chris Middleton did step up towards the end of the playoffs, but he hasn't really proved that he can do that with Giannis on the court. So I'm really interested to see if Chris Middleton can step up his play and compete in something like an Eastern Conference Finals, how he can compete in clutch moments against people like Jimmy Butler, Kyrie Irving, Kevin Durant. It's going to be interesting to see. The East definitely has some new faces as well. You've seen Russell Westbrook and a few other players switch teams and stuff. So there's gonna be a lot more competition than in previous years, and I think the Bucks are gonna have to be in their A game. I believe they can play well and perform well, but we're really just gonna have to see how that turns out. Also, we've seen Jrue Holiday play well against Damian Lillard in the playoffs previously and a few other matchups, but I'm really interested to see when we get down deeper into the playoffs through the second round in the Eastern Conference Finals and possibly even the finals, how he will compete against these top tier point guards. Will he play well? Will he not perform against the pressure? We're really gonna have to see, man. But I'm gonna go and wrap up this video. Let me know down in the comments what you think about the Bucks and Giannis. Will they go far into the playoffs? Will they have a great regular season, or will Giannis win the MVP? But it's been your boy Bullet, man. I appreciate y'all. Like and sub if you enjoyed the video. I'm out.